On today's video, this insane experiment really opened my eyes on how much we can push the limits on aging steaks. I was not prepared for the results, and I have a feeling you won't either. Let me explain. First, I had to choose what kind of meat I was going to use. I went with this beautiful rib roast. It has great marbling, it looks fantastic, and most importantly, I am really trying to make it better. And I wanted to compare how this experiment will stack up with a dry-aged steak. And in order to have a control, I first started by splitting the whole thing in half. Then I had no choice but to remove the bones. You're going to understand that real shortly. Once that was done, I was left with two identical halves. So one of these steaks are going to be dry-aged like I normally do. The second one, on the other hand, get ready. You see, I was trying to do something I've never done before. And for that, I needed a big container that was not going to hold any bacteria, and most importantly, be able to hold pressure. Then I went ahead and tried to fit my meat inside. This was much harder than I expected. I was trying everything I could not to damage the meat. And in the end, it went in. Because the next thing to do is to add this special liquid which is alive. It has billions of living probiotics. The funny thing to me is that several different countries have different names for it. Supposedly it has great health benefits. But what I'm really interested in is one thing. Will it make my steak better? We're about to find out. Because now into the fridge it goes for a whole year. Once I took it out to check, something went terribly wrong. As I took a look at the container, the steak is literally disintegrating. You can clearly see the fat separating from the meat. But not only that, the bottom is even more disturbing. It is literally disintegrating the steak little by little. And even though my goal was to let it sit for a year, it did not make it. But I still wanted to try it and give it to my guys to see what it tasted like. So I went ahead and started opening the container. And as soon as I did, wow! I immediately poured out all of the liquid. Next up was to try to remove the meat. This is where everything gets even weirder. Because you can clearly see this thing is completely disintegrating on me. In the end, once it was removed, this is what I had left. An absolute monstrosity. This thing is not only tender, it's literally falling apart. I have done a lot of tenderizing experiments, but never one to this extent. And call me crazy, but I was excited to try it. Things like this that are different excites me. However, I must trim out the outer crust because I have a feeling what lies inside is something great. So as I continued to remove as much crust as possible, taking it out everything that was not usable, once I was done, to ensure that the steak is not going to completely fall apart on me, I went ahead and tied it up with some butcher's twine. And in the end, I was left with this, something edible. But don't forget that we still have our control. That one looked normal. So I went ahead and trimmed out all of the unnecessary things. And once that was done, I was left with a beautiful steak. Because if you compare side by side with the experimental one, oh boy, that's a huge difference. To season them, I kept it real simple. Only a good amount of salt followed by freshly ground black pepper, nothing else. Because now that this is done, I had plenty of time to go ahead and make an incredible side dish. Now I know exactly what you're thinking by looking at this. What went wrong? Let me tell you, friends, everything went right. Because this is exactly what I was looking for. But I can promise you one thing. If you take one bite, you will be hooked for life. Let me show you how they're made. First, into a bowl I threw in some tomato paste, followed by olive oil, peperoncino, cayenne pepper, garlic, salt, and black pepper. Now mix everything well until it becomes a thick sauce. This is what you should have in the end, because now we need the fries. And for that, I just chose these. They're crinkle fries. You can find it in any supermarket nowadays. So go ahead and add them to a bowl together with the sauce that was just made. And make sure every single one of them is fully covered with it. Now lay them down individually in a parchment paper on a baking sheet. Next, you want to add a good amount of Parmesan cheese right on top, as then into a 350 degrees oven it goes. And this is called French fries a l'assassina. You want to take it to the point of almost being burned bitter. As soon as they become extremely caramelized like this, take them off immediately. But there's something else that I also recommend you making, and that would be a dipping sauce. Start off with salt, followed by garlic, black pepper, chives, lime juice, sour cream, and a generous amount of mayo. Mix that up real good, and your dipping sauce is ready. So after putting on the plate, I went ahead and poured all of the Assassina French fries, followed by a generous amount of Parmigiano Reggiano and a tiny bit of parsley. But of course, you can't forget about the olive oil, because this is my take on French fries a l'Assassina. It looks like a mess, but it tastes like heaven. because these are absolutely delicious and they should be perfect to go along with our steaks. First, I'll be putting a nice wonderful sear. Once that's done, I'll be cooking them in indirect heat until it reaches an internal temperature of 135 degrees Fahrenheit. And for that, I'm going to be using my wireless thermometer. So now I say it is enough talking and it is time to cook them, so let's do it. This experiment is either going to be really good or really bad, everybody. And before the taste testing, I just want to give you guys a quick reminder that all of my products are exclusively available at every Walmart. We got the burger smasher, the one-of-a-kind griddle, the marinating container, and the grill brush to keep your grill nice and clean. All products are exclusively available at every Walmart, also at walmart.com. But enough talking, now the taste test. All right, everybody, here we got our beautiful steak with a nice side dish. What do you guys think, gentlemen?
I think you should have used a smaller cutting board.
It's little. That's why you're trying to say I make a little steak?
It looks like you're on a budget, Guga.
That's true. We're always on a budget. But not today. Because this started this big over here, like this.
Ah, I know what we're doing here.
What we're doing, Leo?
We're doing the dry age experiment.
Yeah, boy.
Well, what happened over there, though?
You like my fries?
It looks like you killed them, bro. Burnt to hell.
Burnt to hell? No, bro. This is what we call Maillard reaction.
Bro, this is black.
Yes. It's nice tar. Wait for the taste. You let me know after. Dig in on this one. Go.
Damn, this thing must have had so much fire on it, because, dude.
Enough talking. Let's give it a go. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers. That's tasty.
You see, you complain so much. How does it taste? Tell me.
Bro, we don't know what we're putting in our mouths half of the time. Like, how do you expect us not to complain, bro?
All you need to know is you're putting some meat.
Wow.
It tastes like a well-seasoned dry-aged steak.
It tastes like a nice, beautiful dry-aged steak, exactly the way it's supposed to be, with the kiss of the dragon, everybody. Absolutely delicious all the way to the top.
The only thing I would say is it's not that funky. Like, I want more funk. It feels very mild.
It's like a super mild dry age.
It's like you wanted to dry age it, but you didn't want to dry age it at the same time.
This is not normally what we do. It is not 35 days. It is not 45 days. It's not even 28 days. It's very little. You like?
I love.
Oh man, I cannot wait for you guys to try the next one, because the next one is going to be very special. But first, since you talk a lot of crap about my side dish, I would like for you to try it. I like to call this one here fries a la assassina, the killer fries.
This looks like the first time I've ever had a well-done fry. Huh, Guga?
Damn, bro, like that. Yo, fries you eat with your hands.
What is that?
Exactly.
This looks like a cockroach.
It looks a little sus, but it's all about the taste. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Okay. I just want to apologize.
That's actually really pleasant.
It is amazing, everybody. It looks horrendous.
Yeah.
I agree.
It has like almost smoky taste to it.
Yeah.
It's really nice. And the crispiness of the outside is perfect because the fry is still fluffy inside.
It's so flavorful. Like, there's definitely spice. There's definitely some other stuff going on.
You take one fries and you feel a lot of flavor. Versus when you eat a French fries, you gotta eat a bunch.
No, it's actually really good. Like I said, I just want to apologize. I was roasting it, but it's good.
We love the fries. Give it a try. We highly recommend. But now I'm super excited about this one here. Dig in, gentlemen. Let's go. What does it smell like?
Not good.
It smells weird. It smells like coconut.
There's something there is weird.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. This experiment was going to go for a year.
Oh.
Was going to go for a year, okay.
But it didn't?
You didn't make it. Only for 5 days.
You dried something for 5 days?
5 days, everybody, and got completely killed. You've seen it already, everybody. Enough talking. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers.
It's not bad at all.
It doesn't suck, everybody.
It's okay.
There's a little bit of a yeah, there's a weird aftertaste for sure. It tastes fermented.
But not like dry age, more like a yeast. You know what I mean?
No,
The
it
aftertaste
tastes
is real
so.
bad.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. It tastes delicious when you take your first bite. You agree with me?
Initially, you're like, oh wow, not bad. And
Not
then-
bad, everybody. And then as you take more individual bites, it comes to your face and slap you across the face, everybody.
The steak, no bueno.
No bueno.
No, but yo.
Do we recommend it, everybody? Do we recommend?
Don't recommend this at all.
This is one of the only experiments that never made it even close to what my target was gonna be. There's a reason why you drink kombucha, by the way.
Oh, that's the fermentation right there.
And those things are full of live probiotics and ate the damn meat and then digest it all out.
I stand by my original statement, which is that steak, no bueno.
Do not give it a try, everybody. If you love kombucha, drink it by itself. But for dry aging or aging a steak, is a definitely no-go. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, be sure to subscribe. Remember, everything I use is always in the description down below. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.